What's up, everybody? This is Tech G back with another video to help you successfully pass the CompTIA Security Plus certification exam. So let's get into it. In this video, we're going to be talking about using data sources to support an investigation, which is a critical topic for the CompTIA Security Plus 701 exam. Investigations in cybersecurity involve analyzing various data sources to uncover, understand, and mitigate security incidents. So in this video, we'll explore key log data, data sources, and tools that support this process. So with that being said, let's begin. All right, so let's start with log data. So logs are like footprints of activities happening in your network and systems. They are crucial for tracking events, diagnosing issues, and investigating incidents. So let's break down some key types of logs that you will encounter. First type is called a firewall log. And the purpose of a firewall log is to track network traffic allowed or blocked based on your security policies. And the insights they offer, they identify unauthorized access attempts, they monitor anomalies such as repeated failed connection attempts, and they detect port scans for abnormal traffic patterns. So as an example, if there's a sudden surge of traffic from an unknown IP, the firewall log helps you trace and block it. Next, we have what is called an application log. And these logs, they document events within applications, including errors, user activities, and interactions. And the insights they provide, they identify exploits such as SQL injection attempts and troubleshooting application crashes. So as an example, if you ever notice repeated login failures in an application log, this might indicate a brute force attack. Next, we have what is called an endpoint log, and they capture activities on individual devices such as desktops, laptops, and mobile devices. And the insights they provide, they monitor malware infections or unauthorized software installations, and they can track USB device usage. So as an example, an endpoint log, this can reveal a rogue application that has been installed without the IT team's knowledge. Next type of log is an operating system specific security log. So these logs, they focus on operating system events such as user authentication, policy changes, and system errors. And they detect privilege escalation attempts and identify unauthorized user logins. So as an example, the Windows Event Viewer log, this may show failed logins outside of business hours. Then we have what is called an IPS/IDS log, so intrusion prevention and detection system logs. They monitor and respond to network-based threats. They flag malicious payloads and traffic, and they provide real-time alerts for ongoing attacks. So as an example, an IDS log, it might report an attempted buffer overflow attack. Then we have what is called a network log. And these logs, they focus on the overall network infrastructure, such as routers and switches, and they track data flows between devices, and they identify packet loss or bandwidth issues. So an example, a network log, they can help trace lateral movement during an attack. And then we have what is called metadata. So metadata, this provides contextual details about data, such as timestamps, source destination IPs, and various protocols that are used. And they are good for pinpointing the origin and path of malicious traffic, and they can correlate events across multiple sources. So as an example, packet metadata, this might reveal an attacker's IP address and the targeted system. All right, moving on, let's talk about data sources. So while logs are foundational, other data sources provide a broader and deeper perspective. So let's discuss these tools and how they enrich investigations. And the first data source we're going to talk about is called a vulnerability scan. So vulnerability scans, they identify vulnerabilities within systems and networks before attackers exploit them. And they highlight outdated software or misconfigurations, and they identify systems that are susceptible to known exploits. So as an example, a scan, this can detect an unpatched server that is vulnerable to a critical exploit. Next, we have what are called automated reports, and these are pre-configured summaries that analyze and present log data. And the insights they provide, they give regular updates on security status and detected anomalies, and they can detect trends over time. So as an example, a daily report, this can highlight unusual login patterns in user accounts. The next source we have are called dashboards, and these are visual interfaces that provide real-time monitoring and summaries of security metrics, and they offer a high-level view of the organization's security posture, and they can allow for drill-down analysis for specific incidents. So an example would be a dashboard that shows a spike in block traffic, which prompts a further investigation. And then we have what are called packet captures, and they record and analyze raw network traffic at a granular level. And they identify payload contents that are in data packets, and they can analyze malicious traffic patterns. So an example would be packet captures that can reveal sensitive data being exfiltrated to an external server. So the power of data sources lies in correlation. By combining insights from multiple sources, you can build a comprehensive picture of an incident. So here's an example. So you get a spike in firewall logs that show block traffic from a foreign IP. You would then analyze logs and confirm unauthorized software installations. You would also analyze packet captures to reveal suspicious data exfiltration attempts. And then as a response, you will block the IP in the firewall. You will quarantine the compromised endpoint. And then you will patch the vulnerability that has been identified during the vulnerability scan. Now, to maximize the effectiveness of log data and other sources, you want to have centralized logs. So you want to use a security information and event management tool to aggregate and correlate the logs. You want to have automated alerts. So you want to configure thresholds for automated alerts to respond quickly to anomalies. You want to do regular log reviews. So you want to conduct routine audits to identify missed indicators of compromise. You want to maintain data integrity. So you need to ensure logs are stored securely and they are tamper proof. And then you want to train your team. So you want to equip the analysts with the skills to interpret diverse data sources effectively. So in conclusion, data sources like logs, vulnerability scanners, dashboards, and packet captures are invaluable in supporting investigations. By understanding their purpose and how to correlate their insights, you will be well equipped to detect and mitigate security incidents effectively. So remember, the key to successful investigations lies in the proactive and strategic use of these tools. Now, with all of that being said, let's do some check on learning. So the first question is, which type of log is most useful for identifying unauthorized access attempts on a system? Would this be an application log, a firewall log, metadata, or endpoint logs? And the correct answer is this will be a firewall log. So firewall logs, they record information about incoming and outgoing network traffic, including attempts to access the network. These logs are particularly useful for identifying unauthorized access attempts, as they provide details such as IP addresses, port numbers, and whether the traffic was allowed or denied. Next question. What is the primary purpose of using packet captures in a cybersecurity investigation? Is it to view metadata about network traffic? Is it to identify misconfigurations in applications? Is it to analyze detailed network traffic for malicious activity? Or is it to track endpoint device behavior? And the correct answer is it is to analyze detailed network traffic for malicious activity. So packet captures, they involve recording the raw data of network traffic, allowing cybersecurity professionals to analyze individual packets. And this helps in identifying malicious activity, such as unauthorized data exfiltration, on-path attacks, or abnormal traffic patterns. And our final question, when investigating a security incident, which data source would most likely provide a high-level overview of vulnerabilities within the organization? Would this be an automated report, a vulnerability scan, an operating system-specific security log, or dashboards? And the correct answer is this will be a vulnerability scan. So vulnerability scans, they assess systems and networks for known security weaknesses, providing a detailed report of vulnerabilities. This information is critical for understanding potential attack vectors and prioritizing remediation efforts during an investigation.